well. Wait, no. Okay, hi everyone, here I am. How are you all doing? Hi. I hope you're all doing well. I've been addicted to Mega Man Next Dive. Uh-oh. Oh, curse right away. I fear I might have to uninstall it at some point, which is very sad because I'm enjoying it. But you know, I haven't been getting a lot of work done in the last 2 days. I don't know. I'm weak to this stuff, you know. It's critical VTubing boss Queen Punching. Hi, Hysteria, how you doing? That's not my name, but thank you. It's good to see you. How are you doing? Yeah, Mario level 26, which is high, I guess. I don't know. I've already got Ailey up to 3 stars, which I think is high for an A rank character. Like, I feel like most people wouldn't invest that much into an A rank character, but I do because she's my favorite. Because she's me in a way, or something. I see myself in her. You guys know. But I'm having fun though. It's fun to play. It's a fun game. I think at some point, like, I'll be past all the beginner stuff, and then I won't be getting resources as quickly. So then I won't have as much incentive to play all the time. So then it'll like peter out a little bit. You know, I assume. I hope. But you know, we'll see. Anyway, how y'all doing? Other than that, I don't have much to say because that's sort of everything I've been doing lately. Oops. Today, I'm doing well. Just been doing stuff, yeah. Aren't we all? Or something. Anyway, so today we're gonna keep reading the book nook. We're gonna go do a book nook, yeah. Cooking all day, damn. Just for funsies, or do you have like some sort of big event that you're planning for? What's going on there? I'm watching, okay, one other thing I've been doing is watching Fraggle Rock. It's for funsies, that's fun. I assume you've been very active in the cooking channel, which is the only channel in our Discord that I have muted, because I don't care. Cooking for the book nook, oh that's fun. Yeah, I've been watching Fraggle Rock, and it made me realize, first of all, Fraggle Rock's great, but it made me realize that I'm just like a Muppet, you know? Like, unless it's a VR stream, like VR chat or something, I don't have leg movement. It's a very rare thing. It's just my face. Sometimes 2 hands, sometimes just 1 hand, like a Muppet. And you know, I sort of like gotta compensate for some stuff by like really using my hands a lot more. Although that's just something I do in real life. I don't know. That's not even like a VTuber thing. It's just how I am. But it works. It works for VTubing. I'm just like a Muppet. You know? Like, I'm not a Muppet. I'm a puppet. There's a difference. I guess. There is. There's a difference. Chat, there's a difference. Never forget this. There's a difference between a Muppet and a puppet. It's important. Anyway. So let's start reading. I guess that was just a completely worthless tangent. Come with me, everyone. Come on to my book nook. Here I go, like a Muppet. Or puppet, whatever. I'm just waddling along. Give me just a moment to set that up. It's more work now than it used to be because of some stuff, but it's ultimately for the better. And I opened the door, and there we go. Here we are. Just so many thoughts. You all like discover your Muppet? A puppet in life? A puppet in life, that sounds so dark. I'm just a puppet in life, you know? Anyway, here we are in the Book Nook. Now you all know that the Book Nook requires musical accompaniment. And of course Bowman does a fantastic job. But it's not always fitting. Also there's lyrics, which is a little hard for some people if I'm reading a book, and also there's lyrics. So let's get rid of that. Thank you, Bowman, very much for your wonderful work. Bye. I do love that song. And let's get Minecraft in here. If it wants to work. There we go. Start from the beginning. I have trouble with too much talks and words. Yeah, exactly. That's why I'm like, I know some people do. That's why. I have to remake my Kirby music playlists that I had for when we were doing the Tyria tour. Who remembers the Tyria tour? Because those also just are for like really good. That's very loud. Hold on. Like Bowman is great for like the countdown and any like breaks and stuff. Because it's just Bowman. Y'all get to enjoy Bowman's beautiful songs. But then once I start talking, it's better if I put on like some music that doesn't have lyrics and might be more appropriate to the kind of stream we're doing. It's a spooky game. Let me put on my spooky. I actually have a spooky playlist. It doesn't have any Kirby music in it. It's got mostly Sonic music. Sonic is very scary. Anyway, so Book Nook. For those of you who haven't participated in? Sure. For those of you who haven't participated in any earlier Book Nooks, essentially what it is, it's me reading a book and talking about the book, and you guys will talk about the book, and I'll read it, and I'll be like, good talks, chat. Here is my talks in response to your talks, and we talk about it's like a book club, but in the middle of the book. You know what I mean? Anyway, and the book we're reading right now is Minecraft the Island. I have it right here. A real ass book, you know? I guess it's digital because I'm digital. It's as real as I'm gonna get a book. You get it. I feel like I said it literally every single time. Anyway, Minecraft the Island, which is the Sunday Times bestseller by Max Brooks, best-selling author of World War Z, based on Mojang's game Minecraft. It's an official product. It's real. It's licensed and everything. It's got that logo on it and a little sticker. It's Mojang official product. Ooh, you know? And it's an isekai, but it's a good one where it's so literal. It's like it's exactly the game. The dude is made out of rectangles, can't move his elbows and stuff. It's great. And we're gonna keep reading that. It makes me wonder about non-official Minecraft books. Oh, there's a lot of those, Green Clunk, and they are mostly also isekais, but they're just fantasy stories that happen to take place in Minecraft, and it's not that interesting. So they're stuck on an island, and they're learning to survive and stuff. And this stream is also going to be shorter than most of my streams because I have to talk a lot, without any like breaks for cutscenes or anything, and that's very tiring, especially because I'm still working on my voice a lot. So you know, no co-hosts were available. Rose might have been available, but sadly no. Sam would have been fun though. That would be cute. Cause Sam's cute. Rose might have been available, but then we didn't really like schedule anything, so you know, too bad. But it's fine. We can have a shorter stream. We can still have fun. It's fine. So let's go. I don't know where I was. Oh right, they were trying to make cake. Well, we know they were trying to make cake. They were trying to put a bunch of ingredients together to create food, you know. Yeah, maybe some other time, who knows? Because I wonder how much of the reading we would get. That's also a good point. Rose is both the most likely candidate to co-host a reading stream with me and the least likely to actually do any reading. So that's good. She does study literature, so who knows? Maybe she'd be like super good at it or whatever. Who knows? Anyway, so they just acquired milk, egg, and sugar, and wheat. That's it. Is this literature? I mean, what constitutes literature? Bunch of words in a book? That isn't just like science. That's not just like if you drop an apple, it falls to the ground. This is called gravity and blah blah blah. Then I'd say it's literature, you know. Oh, they do talk about gravity in this book, so maybe, who knows? I bet they're going to bake bread with all that. You would think so, but you only need wheat for that, and they don't have enough wheat. So, I'll start reading now. Feeling the demons rise. Oh yeah, they're dying of hunger also. The panic and frustration and explosive, raging hopelessness. I leapt into combining this new ingredient with every other edible mixture I could think of. Milk and egg, milk and wheat, milk and egg and wheat, milk, egg, wheat, sugar, this and that, back and forth. My last chance, I babbled incessantly. Last chance, last chance. That chance evaporated. Every possible combination failed. It doesn't... I stammered, staring at what should have been all kinds of food. Doesn't make sense. Past lessons came flooding back about things not having to make sense to me to make sense, and how I shouldn't assume anything that I couldn't prove. And that's when I remembered the proof of another kind of food, one I'd already eaten, and which was now standing right in front of me. Oh? My brain switched off. It wasn't a tantrum, not this time. I wasn't hot-tempered now. But rather very cold. Oh no, are they gonna kill one of their animal friends? They've been forming parasocial relationships with a bunch of animals also. That's also important to know. I looked up from the crafting table into the meadow. Oh no! Out at the cow which had turned its back on me. Oh no! My mouth filled with spit, my stomach with digestive juices. My body knew what it wanted. Images of steak filled my brain as the axe handle filled my hand. Oh no, right now at this very moment, they're like looking at it, and we hear like with a little weird little twinkle sound, and then like the in his mind, like the cow just turns into a big steak on legs, and it turns around and it's like, hey, why are you looking at me like that? With like a big steak mouth, you know? Really funny stuff. Oh no. Hi Sam. I slouched slowly across the grass, breathing heavily in a cloud of my own foul breath. The cow didn't move, munching on its last meal, ignorant of my approach. Oh no! I mean, I kind of called it last time, but then they just drank the milk, so, you know. I shuffled closer. It took no notice. Just a few more steps, just a few more seconds, and it would all be over. The cow fed peacefully. I raised the axe. Oh no! Meat. Food. Life. The cow turned, and our eyes met. I dropped the axe and staggered back. Oh, okay. I'm sorry, my friend, I told the gentle beast, because you are my friend, even though I don't deserve you. Again, I don't know if the cow knows who you are. Maybe, who knows, it'd be nice. Soft, heaving sobs cut into every word. You're... Oh, I have... Oh damn, it's getting kind of heavy. And only then did I realize how truly lonely I was. I might not have remembered my life from the other world and the other people I shared that life with, but I knew they had to exist. Friends, family, why else would my soul feel as empty as my stomach? Why else had I talked to myself, materials, monsters, even the sun up above? I was trying to fight the isolation that was as deadly to my mind as starvation was to my body. Survival, I now understood, meant taking care of them both. That's why I'd always felt so comforted talking to the animals. No, they couldn't talk back, but they could feel, they could hurt, and they wanted to live just as much as I did, and sharing those basic needs meant I would never be alone. That's kind of nice, it's kind of beautiful. You know? It's kind of bittersweet, I suppose. Maybe Minecraft cows are more sentient than we knew. Maybe, yeah. He's starving in so many ways. Give the cow a hug, you know? Maybe you could both use it. Friends keep you sane, I said, picking up the axe at my feet. And if I'd used this, I'd have ended up just like a zombie. Moo, said the cow, trying to lighten the mood. You're right, I chuckled. I guess I kinda look halfway there already, with my unhealed bruises, my limping stride, and my breath smelling like a garbage pile. I could see that my four-legged pal had a point. But was she just making a joke, or trying to get me to see something I'd missed? Putting the axe in my belt, my eyes fell to the pouch next to it, the one containing the stacked, stinking piles of collected zombie flesh. You know something, Moo? I said, abruptly naming the cow. There is one potential food I still haven't tried. Moo, agreed the pardoned filet mignon. I don't know if it's pardon so much as barely escaped. You didn't really pardon it. Pardon? Pardon? Pardonner? I don't know. Just looking at the chunks of meat made me queasy. Hopefully, I said, crafting a table, then a furnace. Wait, why are you crafting those here? You just have those in your little hut that's like right back there? Is this island just like scattered with crafting benches everywhere? What the hell? I mean, I guess that's how some Minecraft players play. So I guess it's fine? But like, we're like players, we're not for survival. I guess the accuracy is fun. It's fine. Maybe he carries a crafting bench with him. No, he just said he made one, right? Crafting a table, then a furnace. He just made it, you know? I know they're not hard to craft, but this dude is like, there are no more trees on the island. I feel like they should preserve their materials, you know? Specifically their wood. And also they should maybe plant those fucking saplings finally. Anyway, I won't have, the spoiled flesh wouldn't cook. The furnace didn't want it any more than I did. Woo! Insisted the cow as I held the fetid hunk to my nose. What if it's worse than a chicken? Maybe I should wait and moo! Alright, I snapped and popped the vile fleshy piece of carrion into my mouth. I chewed and gagged and swallowed and gagged a whole lot more. I didn't get sick like with the chicken, but I almost wish I had. It happened to me with something new, something terrible, and something unique to this world. Call it ravenousness or hyper-hunger, but I suddenly wanted to eat the entire world. I felt like my stomach was trying to consume itself, as every cell was a miniature mouth snapping and screaming for food. This is very intense. Is that what it's like? It's extremely intense. Oh yeah, a lot of it is... Dude, sometimes this dude gets like hurt, like he breaks a bone, and like, it's described so much. It's a lot. Cannibalism is pretty intense. Is this cannibalism if they're like a zombie? I guess so. Yeah, that still counts as... Yeah, no, yeah. Eating a corpse is cannibalism, so eating a zombie is also canon, yeah. At the same time, my mouth felt like I just licked the sludge off the button of a summertime dumpster. I gasped in what must have been a spot-on zombie impression. I coughed, I retched. I don't know, whatever. I ran in frantic circles, looking for anything to chase away the taste. I pressed my face to a tree, trying to actually lick the bark. I jumped into the lagoon, trying to force a drop of water between my lips. Moo was trying to throw my taste buds a lifeline. Milk! I still had the second helping for my failed experiments. I grabbed the bucket and chucked like there was no tomorrow, and then suddenly I was fine. Hi. That was lit. Hyper hunger gone. Thanks, I gasped to Moo, climbing out of the lagoon and noticing that my ankle suddenly felt a little better. I tried a few more steps and, while not entirely healed, the sharp pain had faded to a dull ache. I took a deep breath and, lo and behold, my bruised ribs felt better. This? I asked Moo, holding up another chunk of gourmet ghoul. This is the answer? Moo gave me an impatient snort, that is to say, don't think about it, just do it. I think it's funny to imagine, because this is based on a true story, you know? Yeah, food heals you, even zombie flesh. This is based on a true story, it says so in the beginning. Oh, the following is based on true events, specifically, which I don't know how you guys stand, what your guys' stance is on this, but I personally have I've chosen to believe that this means that the writer, after having been contacted about writing a Minecraft novel, was like, well, I guess I should play it to figure out what it should be about, and this is just a dramatization of their experience playing Minecraft for the first time. And I like to imagine that this happened, that they were like, I'm starving, where's my food? And then somehow they figured out that maybe they were told by like their kid or something who's super into Minecraft that if you drink milk, then like the zombie flesh effect goes away or something. And they actually had to do this. You just had to eat like 50 pieces of rotten flesh and keep like drinking milk in between. I think that's a funny idea. Right, I said, milking her again and holding the bucket ready. It was almost worse the second time, because now I knew what was coming. Hey, you're using the new laughing emote, yay! I've replaced the old one with that one, because it's animated, so that's a bit more fun, you know? I chose to believe the author got isekai into Minecraft for real! I like to imagine... Okay, now what's funnier? Okay, what's funnier, right? Okay, hold on a second. What's funnier? Either the writer got isekai into Minecraft, had this whole experience, and then upon somehow escaping after killing the Ender Dragon or whatever, I don't know, was like, oh my god, I have to call up Mojang right now. I have to call him up, you know? And I have to get them to let me write this book. Or did Mojang approach him, was like, hey, do you want to make a Minecraft novel? And he was like, okay. And then he used dark magics to transport himself into the Minecraft universe so that he could truly experience what Minecraft is all about, so that he was able to best write the story. And intentionally, he also erased his own memory upon doing so that he would have the most authentic Minecraft experience. Yes, dark magics. Which one of those is funnier? Or Mojang cursed him to experience Minecraft and then want to write a book about it. That's also possible. Method writing. Yeah, he actually did the same with his zombie books. He created a zombie apocalypse. And then at the end he used a little button to reset the timeline to before the zombie apocalypse. And then he wrote a book about it. That's how it happened, I think. You know all those theories about how Lord of the Rings takes place in like Europe, but like before, like ages, like a long time ago? That's actually true. J.R.R. Tolkien was the only remaining elf. He was just so old that he knew it all, and he wrote a book about it. It's true. I've decided. Anyway, I winced and bit into the decaying grossosity. I don't think that's a word. But I hope it is. I chewed, gulped, and chased with the second pail, This time the hunger barely lasted a second, and when it was done, my wounds were almost healed. Oh shit, we gotta do egg, I forgot. Hold on a second. We got green clunk egg. That's important. Nope, that's wrong. Egg. And we got Sam egg. Okay. Moving on. Okay. Oh, that's better. Egg. Pet. Oh, pet. Pet from the girlfriend. That's an extra special pet. Nope, that's a Christmas hat. No. Get rid of that. There we go. Thank you. Moving on. Oh, that's better. I breathed, feeling a little bit of my strength return. This doesn't make me a cannibal, right? I asked, imagining the repulsive substances in my stomach. They're addressing it. I mean, if zombies just spawn as is, then they couldn't have ever been human, right? See, that's also a question that I have, kind of. Like earlier when Syria was like, a zombie is a person once removed, it's like, well, are they in Minecraft, you know? Because, like, where do they come from? They just sort of, you know? They just appear. So they don't have to be. In concept, maybe, but in practice? Zombie villages are a thing, though. Well, okay, so then those... But they'll also just, like, spawn out of nowhere. They're, like... That doesn't prove anything. They could still be, like, a different thing. Like... It says, if a zombie spawns as is, but is still... Like... is still made up out of the same bits as a human, but dead and rotting, but was never a human, is it still cannibalism? You know? I guess then there's also the question, like, about, like, is it cannibalism morally? Is it cannibalism literally? Like, those are two different things, I feel, you know? You know what I mean? Cause like, there's certain, like, eating human flesh can, like, fuck up your brain or something. And, so, like, the question is then, like, okay, if you eat a zombie that spawned as is, was never a human in the first place, but does have the same bits as humans, but is rotting now, do you get the same brain fucky shit? Cause then it's like, if so, then it's a literal cannibalism, but is it still morally cannibalism? Because this was never a person to begin with. But you can turn a zombie villager into a normal, like, living villager. So then, what about that? Like, is that villager now... Are all villagers originally zombies? Or can this villager either just be a normal villager or a zombie villager, then a normal villager? And it's just like two means to the same end? So we need to find out. Fire up the Isekai Minecraftinator. Come on, everybody, we gotta go. I'm gonna play Minecraft in VR. That could be fun at some point. Just getting Isekai with a group sounds like fun. You know, experiencing it all together could be fun. Could we functionally tell the difference between a spawn zombie taste versus a person zombie? No, but what's a person like, okay. Within Minecraft, right? Within Minecraft, because in most zombie scenarios... Well, hold on a sec. Okay, hold on. Okay, it's like if we take, like, most understood zombie... zombie media and stuff, then it's like a person dies and then they get turned into a zombie, either because they were bitten or because it's airborne or whatever the fuck, you know. And that's not a thing in Minecraft. And vice versa. In Minecraft, the zombies just spawn out of nowhere, which is not a thing in other zombie media. So we couldn't compare it because they're from different universes. Like you can't compare those, right? I feel spawn zombie or villager zombie does. Two would be different. I mean, the villager, no, but like what's important here is that the villager zombie is also spawned, right? Like a normal villager, a living villager doesn't turn into a zombie. You just encounter a zombie that is a villager zombie, right? I think. Also, Sam, I'm sorry we're talking about zombies so much. They can turn? Oh shit. Okay. Well, that makes things different then. If zombies are not former people because they spawned in, are cows still cows because they were not like born, they were spawned? Minecraft is logic. It is. Well, I think no, but the thing here to remember is a cow that gets spawned is still a cow because that's what it is. It's a cow right now, right? A zombie that gets spawned in, I might not be a person because it never was. It has always and will always be a zombie unless it's a village zombie, you know? You can turn regular zombies back into humans. What? Wait, what? You can turn a normal zombie into a human in Minecraft? What? Since when? What? This is news to me. What is going on? Oh, can't. Sorry, you can't. I'm not good at reading, which is why I'm reading a book to you all. You cannot. No. Yes, exactly. Okay, so you cannot. That's what I'm saying. Like a zombie in Minecraft, a normal zombie, a human zombie, spawns in as a zombie, dies as a zombie. That's it. That's all it does. It's always just a zombie. It's never been a person. It'll never be a person. So I would argue that, morally speaking, eating zombie flesh is not cannibalism because it's not a person. It's just a beast, a creature of terrible, terrible horror. You know? So, there. You know? But a Minecraft villager, if it gets... Okay, a Minecraft villager is different to me because... First of all, apparently a normal villager can turn into a zombie. I didn't know that. How does that happen? Do they have to get bitten by a zombie? And then they turn? How does it... You know? But also, there's hope for a Minecraft or for a villager zombie that gets spawned because you can turn it normally, you know? But then does it matter? Does it? This is the question. This is what we must debate here tonight. I guess it doesn't, because it's the killing, I would say it's the killing of a villager zombie that is like the bad act here. It's not even eating the flesh, it's killing it, because like I said, there's still hope for it. You can turn it into a human, I mean not a human, but an alive villager, you know? And by killing it, you dash those hopes goodbye, you know? Gone with the wind. Woo! Ah! You know? Poof! Just like that. And then eating the flesh is just like the cherry on top. I feel like that's not even... Also, there are different species. So, like, does it even... No, I think it's fucked up, kind of. Maybe. But it's not cannibalism. It's never gonna be cannibalism, because you're not a villager, you know? You're a different species. Illager also, the species is called Illager, which I think is so funny that they were like, oh, we have villagers, we have pillagers, they're Illagers. This went from Book with GQ to deep philosophy with GQ. I don't think it's that deep. I think you're giving me too much credit there, Syria, but thank you. But yeah, like, you always gotta keep on your toes in my streams. You never know what I'm gonna do next. I might... might do something fucked up. I guess. It's more than skin deep because it's cannibalism. That's good. But yeah, you never know what I'm gonna do. I might do something that I'm not gonna tell you what it is because it's like a mystery and you're not gonna know. Just notice the hands are working. Yes, they are! I think it was just Costume Quest that was fucking with it. I don't know. What other thing did you think of? I don't even know yet. Ugh. I don't even know what I'm gonna do next. That's what's so surprising about it. And now we're gonna read the book again. So y'all won't even think about it anymore, and it'll be even more surprising when it eventually does happen. Let's go! How the fuck are we not only halfway through this book? How are they gonna fill a whole book which is like this from one fucking island? This is insane. Anyway. Excuse me. Moo, said my bovine body, reminding me to just be grateful. Yeah, I know. I admitted, at least I won't have to worry about starving. In fact, I think there's a saying where I come from. Don't live to eat, just eat to live. Is that a saying? I don't think I've ever heard that one before. I looked up at the setting sun. Also, sometimes that implies that like you shouldn't enjoy food, and I think that's bullshit. I love enjoying some good food. Anyway, I looked up at the setting sun, thinking of tonight's zombies in a whole new way. Thank you, I told Moo, milking her for another pill. Not just for this, but for, you know, everything. Even after what I almost did to you. And then my generous, nurturing, unbelievably awesome pal gave me the third and final gift of friendship that day. Moo, she said, which I knew meant, I forgive you. At least that's what we're assuming. I'm gonna turn up the music a little bit. There we go. I'm gonna turn it down a little bit. And there we go. That should be good. Alright. Chapter 10. Nothing clears the mind like sleep. Finally, we're gonna fucking get a bed. Thank God. That night, my stomach growled along with the dead vermin. Watching them spawn through the safety of my observation bubble, I actually found myself staring hungrily at the roving mobs, impatiently hoping for the dawn to turn them into bits of disgusting mush. Now I'm a scavenger, I thought, clocking every zombie spawn point. Isn't that what they call something that survives on dead meat? But protagonist, I would assume that all the meat you eat is dead. I guess that makes a human scavenger. Well, we're omnivores. But when it comes to meat, I guess we're like, oh, we're not scavengers. What would you call that? We're like hamsters. Humans are like hamsters, like we store the food until later, you know? We've got the dead meat, now we're gonna put it in the freezer and wait. Humans are like hamsters. I think that's beautiful. I think if all people realized this, then the world would be better, you know? Because then it's like, oh my god, hamsters are so cute and fun. And they're just little squishy balls. I think humans should be squishier or something. I'm ending this conversation. I don't know where I'm going with this. But they should be cuter. That's definitely true. Ooh, booster shot. Good luck and good job. Good luck. A vulture or a hyena or a maggot? That's me. I thought I remembered hearing somewhere that early humans had started out that way, chasing off other scavengers to feed on the picked off over carcasses of animals. Maybe it was true, or maybe I was just trying to make myself feel better. At least it was easier to track the ghouls by the glow of my torch-lit tree. Maybe it wasn't a total waste after all, I thought, not realizing how right I was. As the night wore on, I noticed that no zombies, or any mobs for that matter, spawned anywhere near the circle of light. They materialized everywhere else, in the forest, the meadow, by the lagoon, even on the beaches. From what little coastline I could see, but never close to the luminous tree. Can mobs only spawn in darkness? I asked myself. True. but got an unexpected answer from the back bunker door. Uh-oh. Rotted fists were knocking loudly, accompanied by hostile groans. "Delivery!" I called, walking back down the tunnel and over to the beachside exit. Sure enough, a zombie was pounding on the thin wooden barrier. "You just stay there," I said, marveling at how different this moment was from the first time a ghoul had tried to break in. This would be no different than ordering pizza. I shouldn't have said that last word, because it reminded me of what real food tasted like. Pizza, lo mein, chicken tikka masala. I don't even know those last two. I don't know what my particular preferences were back home, but at that moment they all sounded so good. Lost in culinary memories, salivating at every dish my species had to offer, I heard the standard high-pitched barks of a burning zombie. Dawn had broken, and the undead assailant was now seconds from death. If that ain't ironic, I told the smoldering somnambulist. Someone who dies in the sky? In the air? In the sun? Maybe? A person who suffers from somnambulism, which is a condition in which a person walks around while they are sleeping. Oh. Okay. Fucking Max Brooks over here thinking he's too good for Sleepwalker. Okay. Alright, bud, sure, whatever. Anyway. And here you were trying to eat me. A few seconds later, I was gagging down on my decomposing breakfast. Ross, be grateful for what you have, I reminded myself through gulps of blessed milk. And I had a lot to be grateful for, because by the last swallow, I found my body completely healed. My bruises were gone, my headache faded, and my ankle took its full weight without any complaint. Even my breath smelled sweet and normal again. Which was another irony if you think about the putrefaction if it had just been filled with. Be grateful, I said, trying and failing to forget the memories of human cuisine. Cheese enchiladas, oh god. Okay, that I do know. French fries and ketchup. Blueberry pancakes, oh come on. No! Now it's making me hungry. I'm not ordering food on stream again. I'm not gonna do that again. Because it's too much money. Not happening. With maple syrup and a side of bacon. Stop! I gotta get some real food, I said, walking over to the little garden. No luck there. The new seedlings were barely a minicube higher than they'd been the day before. Ugh, I groaned, wincing at the memory of yesterday's disaster. Where would I be if I hadn't bungled it so badly? Would breakfast have been a bowl of wheat-based cereal instead of a mouthful of zombios? Don't dwell on your mistakes. Don't dwell on your mistakes, I said, forcing myself back to the present. Learn from them. And learn from them I did, because studying the garden showed me that the seeds planted right next to the sea were growing faster than the others. Don't put water on the seeds, I said, wishing I could smack my head. Bring it next to them. It was so simple, so easy. Why hadn't I thought of it before? Hey, listen. I mean, let's be honest here. It is more common to water your plants with a hose or a watering can than to use irrigation. So I can't blame them for this, you know? Whipping out my shovel, I dug a trench alongside the seeds. Water came flowing in, but in the bizarre physics of this world, it didn't fill all the way up. I got out my bucket, scooped up a cube of seawater, and dumped it on the back of the ditch, and learned yet another quirky world rule. If you have 2 cubes of water and you put them 3 blocks apart, the space in between becomes an entirely new cube of water. And not just temporarily. You can take out that new cube and the next one after it, and the next one after it, until you've got enough to make a lake. Just 2 starter cubes can probably make a whole ocean. The point in this world, water makes water. I love that we're also even getting... We're just even getting, like, infinite water source making in this book. It's fun. It's like, I do that, you know? Why am I obsessing over this small, odd, boring little factoid? Because later on in this story, that little factoid will end up saving my life. Ah, I see. But back to the here and now. Do you think they're gonna like fall down a cave and then save themselves by putting water in it underneath them? I wonder. But back to the here and now. Watching the trench fill to the top, I remembered a tale about an impatient amphibian trying his hand at gardening. In the spirit of that tale, I bellowed, "Seeds, start growing!" What is this? Is this just the wind in the willows? Yeah, like how pro Minecraft players do it. I think it'd be funny if by the end of this book it's just like they're just like a super duper pro, you know? Chuckling at my own wit, or rather quoting someone else's, I still knew that I had to wait a bit to try my combining wheat with wheat, and that was assuming again that this was wheat. Patience, I told myself, trying not to think about how many more meals of zombie flesh I'd have to choke down. Patience. Something splashed off to my right, and I looked up and saw a squid. You know, I called out to the 8-armed sea monster, there's another thing on this island, or rather, swimming next to it that I haven't tried to eat yet. I was feeling pretty confident by this point. I had my strength and, more importantly, my hyper healing back. I was jonesing for some new challenges, especially when the reward might be a decent tasting meal. Nope. Grabbing my axe, I shouted, "Calamari time!" and jumped into the water. Isn't calamari octopus? Does anyone know? I might be wrong. No? Okay, never mind then. I'm now imagining that near the end of the book, they're just like using exploding beds to kill the Ender Dragon. I think that'd be very funny. It's like an extremely epically described tale of battle, but it's just him placing down beds and then being like, "I think I'll sleep there," and then it explodes, you know? I know that's why they're called that, but I thought there was something in me that was like, but it's like kind of ironic because that's not that, but I might be wrong. Did you know though that even though they're called Squid Sisters, that's like their group name, they're cousins? It's like literally incorporated into the story that their producer was like, "Oh no, it should be sisters because it rolls off the tongue better. It's better for marketing, even though they're like, but we're cousins." Okay, whatever, I guess. I think that's a funny detail. And again, one of those really great ways that fleshes out Splatoon's world and makes it feel more realistic and stuff. Because it has all these bands with their own little story and stuff. I think it's good and cool, and I love Splatoon. Oh my god, Splatoon 3 this year. I can't fucking... Hell yeah, oh my god, fuck yes. Anyway. I was feeling pretty... Nope. And jumped into the water. Sensing what was coming, the squid began to jet away. "Yeah, that's right," I called after it. "I used to be afraid of you, remember?" My octoprey... Nope, wrong. Stopped just below the surface, allowing me to take a swing. I stopped to raise my axe and promptly sank, silently laughing. Yes, I'm sure it was laughing. My seafood lunge moved away. "Come back," I called, swimming after it again. "Get back here and get in my furnace." I followed the squid around the southern shore of the island, trying to swim and swing at the same time. In case you haven't realized yet, it can't be done. Just like this world wouldn't let me rub my head while petting my stomach, it wouldn't let me do anything while swimming except swim. Really? Was that not a thing yet? In those days? No. When was that ever not a thing? Was that ever not a thing? Using like tools and when you're underwater? I don't remember that not being a thing in the early days. It works just super slowly. Okay. You've always had difficulties, Who, me? You mean using difficulties? Oh, no. Oh, right, okay, right, yes, because like digging sand and stuff. Right, okay, but swinging your sword and stuff too? I'll take your word for it. Excuse me. I feel like they might have added that when they added underwater temples and such. I don't know. Maybe. Source worked normally always. Not sure what the deal is. That is. Well, this is an X, to be fair. So, who knows? I finally came to this realization after about 5 tragically comical minutes, which ended with the squid jetting into the deep. Oh, okay, source used to be instant, but this is an X, so we're X. What about X's? Because this book says he's using an X. I just want to use my hands, that's all. Anyway. Don't say it, I said, floundering ashore and into the judgmental gaze of Moo. I know I gotta make another boat. Which I did. I then used that boat to go after a whole group of squid, hacking at the water and getting myself all twisted around. I can't blame the rules of the world this time. Technically, I guess it's doable. For all I know, you've done it yourself, but me? I'm just glad nobody was there to see how ridiculous I looked. Well, almost nobody. Ooh! Called my cow critic from the beach. Yeah, well, why don't you come out here and try it? I called back, realizing a second later that she'd actually been trying to warn me. Looking up, I saw that not only was I getting farther and farther out to sea, but night was barely minutes away. Tomorrow, I promised Moo, gliding back to land, I'll give it another try. She just snorted back. No, I will, I insisted, knowing that she was right. Stamping back to my observation bubble, I realized that the whole idea of boat fishing was over. I needed something else, another method, or maybe an entirely different tool. You need to do fishing %, bud. Your time is abysmal. But it's your first time, so like, who can blame you? As the sun surrendered to the stars, I tried to think of some way to snag a squid. Ideas were hard to come by that night. I found my mind wandering. Unable to stay on task, I drifted from memories of my time on the island to observations through the window to hazy recollections of my past world. They weren't anything specific, just sense memories of my eyes burning, my fingers cramping, and my bottom going numb from too much sitting. What did it all mean, and why now? It was like some kind of fog had settled in my brain that I hadn't seen building up until now. Gotta think, I said, wishing I could rub my temples. That was when a skeleton cleckled out of the woods, driving home from how truly loopy I was getting. A bow! I exclaimed, looking down at the arrow in my belt. Why didn't I think of this before? I've been so keen on recovering one for so long. Why had it slipped my mind until now? And fortunately, the skeleton had shown itself only a minute or so before dawn. And even more fortunately, I recovered both its bow and another arrow. Now you'll see, I boasted to Moo, who was breakfasting with the 2 sheep. Bah! Called the black sheep, which I named Flint. Oh, that's cute. Right, thanks. I nodded. Gotta practice. And practice I did. Shooting countless times at the same tree, I spent the entire morning becoming a reasonably capable archer. I learned how high you had to aim the bow and how far you had to pull back the string to get the right angle. By noon, I felt ready to test my skills out on a live target. Now I'm gonna have a sippy. Oh shit! Oh fuck! Sorry, everything's fine. Well, I was just all the way over there somewhere. That's, I think, the weirdest thing that having a sippy has ever done. I'm gonna say. Run prairie animals, nice. Hell yeah. Make sure to post it in the server so people can see it if you want. Moving on. You guys ready for this? I asked my animal audience. Witness the master at work. As a vote of no confidence, they continue to graze hiccups with their backsides to me. Just wait, I said. Walking out to the beach, one calamari entree coming right up. I spotted the closest squid about a dozen or so blocks out to sea, drew back the bowstrings, string, just the one. And whoa, what if you had multiple on one bow? That would definitely work. One color, no, that's already. Whoop, whistle to the bow, or streaking in a shallow arc. Ha! I cried as the missile struck its target. That was a really pathetic ha. Ha! There we go, that's better. I watched the squid flash red, vanish in a puff of smoke, turn into a small black organ-looking thing, and then sink right out of sight. I won't tell you the word I shouted. I'm not proud of it, but I should win some kind of prize for making one syllable last a good 5 seconds. Fuck! I don't think that was even 5 seconds. It's more like 4, maybe 3. Oh well. I got FRRPH. Snorted Moo from behind my back as if to say, what were you thinking? How did you not have a recovery plan? I don't know, I said, only now seeing solutions. I should have tied something to the arrow. Nope, can't do that. Or found a way to make a net. Nope. Or even waited till a squid was close to the shore. But why didn't I think of it till now? So fucking hungry, dude. I started pacing. Idiot, I grunted, wishing this world would let me hit myself. Just shoot an arrow up and then let it hit you. Stupid idiot. Moo! Interrupted my stern friend, forcing me to stop and face her. You're right, I said, while looking for solutions. Beating yourself up isn't one. Moo! Replied the cow, as if to say, that's better. But something is... I know I'm not an idiot, I said, calmly raising my hands. But something is wrong with me, like my brain's only working part-time. I started pacing again, more out of contemplation than anger. It's not like panic or hunger, it's something new. Well, not new actually, I felt it coming on for a while, but now that I'm well fed and not scared out of my wits, I can see this mental mud for what it is. I could feel anxiety rising. Nope. Yep, that is where I was. The last thing I needed right now. Any ideas? I asked the animals. Any hints about what's causing it? Moo, along with Flint and Cloud, the white sheep, just looked at me. I don't have any either, I said, checking the setting sun, and that's what really worries me. Sorry, I don't have follow H, that's not a thing here. But hello. You'll just have to click on your name. Maybe I should look into getting that though, because that's 2 streams in a row where someone was curious about that. Okay, thanks for coming, Nisa. Good luck with your booster shot. Bye-bye. Excuse me. Plodding back to my neighborhood underground hideout, not neighborhood. I tried to refocus my mind on fishing. I looked down at the pathetic little piece of spider silk in my pack. Just one try at the crafting table told me I couldn't tie it to an arrow. Likewise, I wasn't going to get a net out of a single strand. I needed another length of spider silk, or... I looked up from the crafting table, through my wall-sized window to the sheep grazing in the darkened meadow. Don't kill the sheep, friends. Wool! Okay, not gonna kill him for that. That's what those shears were for, I shouted to them. They're for collecting wool. Re-energized by this new theory, I began chanting the way of the 5 Ps. Shears meant more iron, which meant more mining, which meant more torches and a pickaxe. Fighting through thickening thoughts, I still managed to plan, prepare, and prioritize clearly enough to get myself back down into the spiral staircase and looking for more iron. I think I was gonna say something. Hi! Does live? I was thinking I was gonna say something. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, I wonder if there's any like Gajinka versions of these animals. I wonder how much fan art there is of this book in general. Look it up at your own discretion, though, because you might find horrible spoilers of the Ender Dragon battle that will definitely take place at the end of this book. I wouldn't know if that's there. I'm not sure how long it took. I was having trouble keeping track of time, but I found enough iron to smelt into a pair of shears and bring them out to my sheep peeps. It might have been a day and a half later. Don't worry, I said nervously, holding the U-shaped cutter next to Flint. This won't hurt. Please don't hurt, I prayed. Snip went the shiny metal blades, slicing 3 blocks of black wool. Yes, sir, 3 blocks full. I think that's part of a nursery rhyme or something. Ah! Responded my unheard but now very naked friend. Don't worry, I reassured Flint. It'll grow back. Please go back. I prayed, running the wool back to my observation room. Reading out loud is getting harder and harder. Had I been as sharp as the shears, crafting might have taken a few minutes, but my ever-dimming wits stretched the process into the early morning. Wool with spider silk, wool with sticks, wool with wool. By the time I'd moved on to wool with wood planks, the sun was long gone. That turned out to be a good thing, actually, because placing the 3 wool blocks above 3 planks created the cure for my cloudy brain. It was a bed. Nothing fancy, mind you, but still amazing to look at. The wood planks had transformed themselves into a 4-legged frame. The black wool somehow became a white sheet, a red blanket, and a soft white pillow. Placing this new piece of furniture in the bunker, I did something I hadn't done since first waking up in this world. I yawned, which I've been doing frequently. I need to rest, I thought. Why didn't I think of this before? Because I need to rest, duh. I still didn't feel physically tired, which was probably why I hadn't given sec time much thought. I'd also been so distracted with immediate needs like food and healing and not getting killed by monsters that I'd never considered my mind's need for slumber. Now, climbing into the little bed, resting my head on the pillow, and pulling the covers up to my neck, I gave another long overdue yawn. Oh my god! This is... Okay, first of all, so unrealistic. But also, wouldn't you want that if in Minecraft your character just like got under the covers nice and snug? Because they're always just like lying down on the flat bed and it's like meh. And it's like that's fine, I guess. Just lying down on any soft surface is nice. But like lying down underneath a soft surface, oh my god, so much better. Is there a mod for that? Is there a mod where your character has like a cute little animation where they get the sheet and they lie down and they get nice and snug, and then and maybe you can give them a plushie and they hold the plushie. I just wanna, let me get a plushie. There we go. I gotta make you plushie here now. Oh, good night. My eyes weren't closing because of the angle of my face, but my eyes were closed. Little animations would add a lot to multiplayer game, for sure. They always do. Also, hey Duper, how you doing, bud? Hey. So nice to see you. Give Duper a little shout out. Duper's friend. Give Duper a shout out, please. Let's go. Let's give Duper a shout out. Anyway, hi, how you doing? I'm just reading a book to chat. It's a fun time. It's the official Minecraft novelization. It's really accurate, which is hilarious. But yeah, like any kind of I saw some videos recently of like of a mod for Minecraft multiplayer that's like an emote wheel, and you can even add your own emotes. You can like make them yourself in like Blender and then export the animation data, which is converted into a script that is just like played by Minecraft, so that like it's other people don't need to have the script themselves. And then you can like have like little You can do Fortnite dances in Minecraft, you know? That's really cool. That should become a standard feature. Anytime a multiplayer game has like animations that let you like better interact with other players, emote and stuff. Or just like sitting down, laying down, laughing, waving, bowing. You know, all that good stuff. More games need that, including Minecraft. Which I guess it does not because of the mod, but you know. Did I get that mod? When I bring back Minecraft mod in the server and the streams? Something to consider. Anyway, let's keep reading for now. Now climbing into the little bed, resting my head on the pillow, and pulling the covers up to my neck, I gave another long overdue yawn. That's what those memories must have meant, was my last thought. Cramped fingers, burning eyes, numb bum. They were memories of a sleepless night. Doing what? A job? Homework? A hobby? What had I been doing that kept me up so late? Tomorrow, I yawned as the world faded to black. I'll figure it all out tomorrow, because nothing clears the mind like a good night's sleep. That's it, then they fell asleep. I'm currently hoping that this book will end, well, like the message of this book is gonna be, like the plot twist is gonna be like they had a back-breaking, horrible, painful 9-to-5 office job and they hated it. And then they died from overwork, and then they came here, and then they're like, at the end, after they beat the Ender Dragon or whatever they're gonna do, you've got like those gods or whatever that you have during the credit sequence of Minecraft, and they're like, good job, we will now send you back to your horrible fucking existence that you used to have. And then they're like, no, that sucked actually. I feel like living in Minecraft is better than having, than like being a corporate slave. And the moral of the story is that, you know, capitalism is bad and stuff. I think that would be wild, but fun. I think that would be funny. Chapter 11. That was a much shorter chapter. Actually, we're gonna take a break before we get to Chapter 11. Courage is a full-time job. We're gonna take a break, give my voice a moment to rest. I also think Minecraft should teach kids anti-capitalism. I predict that the sleepless nights were that they were playing Minecraft all night, but don't you know what? That's way more likely. That's probably what it's gonna be. But you never know. Anyway, we're gonna take a break, so I'll see you all back here in like 5 to 10 minutes as we read another chapter, or maybe just part of a chapter. Depends on how long it is. And get yourself some water, some stretches, etc. Maybe eat something if you need to eat something. I could eat something. See y'all soon. Bye bye. dang it. I pressed a number, so the video went to a different point. Anyway, hi everyone. I'm back. Let's knock out another chapter. Maybe in this stream before I get too tired. We'll see. Wait, isn't it that song I got copyright striked in a different stream? I mean, not so much that it gets muted, so I guess it's fine. Hi Nova, hi! Good to see you, how you doing, bud? Well, you're not streaming right now. Do you want to get a shout out? You can get a shout out if you want, but I don't know if you're like, no, because I'm not streaming right now, or something, you know. In any case, I'm gonna start reading. Here we go. Chapter 11. Courage is a full-time job. I'd be lying if I said I remembered my dream, or even if I had any, but waking up the next morning confirmed what a good night's sleep could do for my mind. Imagine walking through fog, not so thick that you can't see your hand in front of your face, but just thick enough to blot out the landscape. I love Silent Hill. That had been me for so many sleepless days and nights. Oh, debatable, but now that I'm here, I'm doing better. Good, I'm glad you're doing. I'm glad I can help. And I'm sorry to hear you're doing debatable instead of good. I hope. Do you need anything, bud? Do you need to like voice chat after the stream or something? I'm here to help. But now we're gonna keep reading. For now. Now the fog had lifted and I could finally see where I was going. Back to fishing, I thought, grabbing my shears. Back to trying to make a net. Hey Cloud, I said to the white sheep, how'd you sleep? Do you sleep? Apparently I do, and it's really gotten the wheels turning. In fact, I snipped off 3 fluffy cubes. I was thinking that the only piece of the missing net puzzle is more wool. Spying Flint a few paces away, I was relieved to see that his or her beautiful black coat had grown back. No problem if this doesn't work, I said, shearing off 2 more soft dark blocks and carrying them all the way to the forest side crafting table, because I just woke up with a backup plan. Wonderful. Yeah, I know. It's, I'm glad that they're finally fucking sleeping. Just having them, like, sit there through the night looking at skeletons, like, just get a nap, dude, so we can get to, like, actual story, you know? Yeah, they talk to all the animals, it's very nice. Also, we don't know their gender. They are a they, them for now. Maybe forever, who's to say, you know? Although the fact that they won't use they, them for the animals is like, maybe not. But for now they're they, them, because they don't remember. And they haven't referred to themselves as anything else, I don't think. Applicable and pronouns. Less than a minute and several wool-on-wool combinations later, I saw that the fishing net idea was out. And that backup plan is, I told the sheep, drumroll please. Fishing pole, fishing percent, here we go. That's what we like. If we had a poggers mode, we'd use it right now. I should really get like a GQ pog or something. I can't be bothered to make a new emote. Pixel art emote. I'm too busy with stuff. Anyway. Less than a minute and several wool on... said Flint. I can't do a good lever. Is that a fishing percent reference? Oh, that's fucking good. I like that. I can't believe he's a big fan. Max Brooks, writer of this book, he's a big fan of us, of our work. Said Flint, who went back to eating grass. I know, I said, duh, the most obvious tool. What a difference a few Z's make. Crafting a quartet of sticks, I placed them and the wool on the crafting table. While mixing and matching came up with nothing, my recharged brain was already on a backup plan. So wool doesn't work, I said, reaching for the length of spider silk in my pack. But that didn't work either. I moved on to the next logical step, and that's when my enthusiasm cooled. Maybe this world just won't let me make a fishing pole, I warily told the sheep, and I'm kinda hoping that's true. An icy ball began growing in my stomach, because if not, then the only other option is getting another length of spider silk. Moo! The sound made me jump. Don't sneak up on me like that, I told Moo angrily. Moo, she retorted, telling me not to change the subject. It won't be that dangerous, I said, holding up my bow. We know they're docile in daylight, so if I can pick one off at a safe distance, she snorted. I gotta try, I protested, holding up a handful of zombie flesh. I can't keep living on this stuff. Moo, argued the cow, reminding me about the garden. Well, that's still a long way off, I said, and we still don't know if I can eat it. Moo, questioned the cow, seeing that I wasn't telling her the whole story. No, I guess it isn't just about food, I admitted, as thoughts and feelings rose from deep down in my gut. It's about courage. Looking down at my shoes, I suddenly felt a twinge of shame. I'd been afraid of those mobs. I was running from them. I was thinking about what they can do to me. Bah! Said Flint with a healthy dose of common sense. Yes, I know I should be afraid of them, I conceded. If I wasn't, I wouldn't be alive. I get that fear is a survival instinct, and I don't want to ever ignore it. I looked down at the bow again, then up to my friends. But I can't be a prisoner of it either. I need to know that if I have to fight, I can. That I can control my fear instead of it always controlling me. I motioned to Disappointment Hill. If I don't, I'll be cowering in a hole forever, and that might be surviving, but it's not living. It is actually. Earlier on, I was like, oh, haha, they're like talking to the animals, how silly, because the animals can't understand them. But the more the story goes on, the less it's like, oh, what a coincidence that it booed exactly at that moment or anything. Maybe it's true, you know? Maybe these really are some sentient animals. Who knows? Excuse me. Just doing a bit of a stretchy and stuff. Moo let out a low, resigned moo. She knew I was making sense, even if that sense put me right in harm's way. Another sippy, I just did one, but okay. I suppose you can never have too many sippies, up to a certain point when you die. There we go. Thank you. Yeah, you're right, I answered, looking at the late morning sun. I wish I had come to this conclusion last night. But at least then I could have found a spider first thing in this morning, instead of having to wait for one tomorrow. Nothing is worse than waiting, counting the seconds, drenched in anxiety. Do you know the difference between anxiety and fear? I didn't, until that day. Fear is a real, present, right-in-your-face threat. Anxiety comes from a potential, or in that case, future, threat. Fear can be conquered. Anxiety has to be endured. And that's what I did. Walking around the island, talking to Moo and the other animals, going over in my mind how I'd kill the spider, all the while enduring wave after wave of mouth-drying, jaw-clenching anxiety. But the rest of those moments, like waves on a stormy sea, were thoughts I'm still a little reluctant to talk about. There were thoughts of backing out. The garden will be ripe soon. Zombie flesh isn't so bad. There's no proof whatsoever that this world will let you make a fishing pole. These are only some of the excuses I came up with to try to justify staying safe. As the day wore on, I could feel my nerve cracking and my will starting to give way. If this world had regular 24-hour days, I probably would have surrendered to cowardice. At night, I As night fell, I retreated to the bunker, got into my bed, and prepared for another recharging sleep. I didn't get it. Bang, bang, bang! The clamor of zombie fists jolted me out of bed. A ghoul had come calling. Get out of here! I shouted, wishing this world would let me craft earplugs. I gotta get some sleep. The zombie groaned, teasing my terrified heart. Yeah, well, I won't let you... Wait. I won't tell you the last part of what I yelled. It wasn't my finest moment. Yeah, well, fuck off, bitch! Fuck you! Is what he probably yelled, is my guess. I like to imagine that there's a lot of swearing being omitted in this writing that happened during the original events of this book, which are true, as we know. What I really should have said to the zombie was, thank you, because after a day of trying to make up reasons not to fight, I'd just been reminded of why I should. Each punch of the putrefied fists helped batter my anxiety into resolve. If I didn't have to save my only arrow, I growled at the grumbling ghoul, you'd be a midnight snack. By dawn, I was more than ready for battle. I watched the sun burn my would-be home invader into a smoldering chunk, which I washed down with a bucket of Moo's finest. No more waiting, now or never. Bow in hand, I marched out to the western I marched out the western door and stopped short at the sight of a spider sitting just within the shade of the woods. Now or never, I whispered again, creeping slowly across the exposed open field. The arachnid didn't notice me, or, true to my theory about daylight, didn't seem to care. It even turned away as I inched to within a dozen or so blocks. Heart pounding, skin tingling, mouth dry as sand, I drew a short breath and drew back my bow. The arrow rocketed skyward, chunking down into the spider's bulbous body, and it did not die. Oh, who saw it coming? I did. Did you, Chad? Let me know in the comments right now, next to me. Rasped the eight-legged killer, eyes whipping around to lock squarely on mine. Oh, I gulped. I sprinted back to the safety of the hill. Hisses rang in my ears. Cold, jagged fangs ripped down my back. Do you not have your axe? Come on, bud. I fell forward, stumbling, gasping, running for my life as more bites tore at my exposed flesh. No amount of adrenaline could push me past the slicing fangs. No amount of hyper-healing could counter their continuous blows. A third strike knocked me against the side of the hill. I kissed dirt, felt my front teeth crack again with the gratuitous violence. Oh my god. It's so extreme. And saw that I'd never make it to the open door. Hissed the exultant arachnid, crouching for its final leap. Enough! I shouted, grabbing the stone axe from my belt. Finally, jeez. I thought they were oh man, I got backup plans. Oh! Echo heyo! Hello, welcome to the Book Nook, where I'm reading to you, and thank you for following! Hello! I thought they were oh my god, I got backup plans for my backup plans and shit. And it's you didn't even think that if the thing wasn't gonna die after one little arrow? Have you not seen Lord of the Rings? Boromir took 5,000 arrows. It was insane. It took all 3 movies. It kept cutting back to him, sitting there, just getting pelted with arrows. And he was still, I was no, I'm good. You know? Until the end. The last arrow was shot just a moment. It was all the orcs. I like to think that the orcs have some sort of mental connection that allows them to feel when Sauron is angry and indeed when he dies. So the last orc was bow pulled, and then he was oh, and then he let go, and that was the moment that Sauron died, and it's and then also Boromir died. It's very poetic or something, you know? It became Pinkusher, man. That's what the orcs called him. They took it in shifts. They took it in ships to fire arrows at Boromir. They had a little camp and like benches, like layered benches. There's a word for those. Stands? Do you stand in stands? Whatever, you get it. To like watch and stuff. There were like orcs with like little trays of snacks, you know. Man flesh for a good price. You know? It's all true, it's in the books. I didn't put it in the movies, it's in the books. A whole infrastructure developed around shooting arrows at Boromir for years. Now I don't know if Lord of the Rings took years, but you know what? Maybe they kept shooting his corpse for funsies. What? I didn't make a JoJo reference. How's that a JoJo reference? It became a sporting event. The local tourism industry crumbled when he finally died. Oh, stand. I thought maybe it was like because like he gets pelted with arrows, like the knife thing that JoJo does. Not JoJo. What's DL? Yeah. Okay. Stand. Yeah. It was a big like. It was very sad. It became a shell of its former self once Boromir actually died. Only like the most purists kept shooting arrows into its corpse, you know? There are even some that were like, we should get like a necromancer in here, you know? And get him back on his feet. Although, those are very hard to come by, and I think one of them just died. Arrows are also a JoJo rep. Oh, fucking occurred. No, wait, they are. I know that they are. Fuck, damn it. Whatever. I'm gonna keep reading now. You've turned my funny... You've bastardized my funny Lord of the Rings story into a funny JoJo reference. How could you? How dare you? Anyway. Sippy. Okay. I had just figured out where I was on the page, but I guess I'll take a sippy. Thank you. Now, where was I? Enough! I shouted, grabbing the stone axe from my belt. I spun, swung, and caught my attacker in midair. Crude stone slammed into Crimson Eyes, throwing the spider back and buying me enough time to run. Only I didn't run. I charged. Hell yeah. Snarling like a zombie, I struck the zombie again. Spider again, in fact. It hissed. I hit. It leapt. Leaped? Leaped. Leapt? Leaped? Leapt? Leapet? It leapet. I chopped. A final rasp, a puff of smoke, and my first stand-up battle was over. And to the battered, tethered victor went a length of thin, white silk. It's leapt, okay. I think you got it. Yeah, it's leapet. I think. What if I read everything like that? Moo, Colette, my congratulatory friend, along with a few celebratory bars. Thanks, but I huffed, grabbing the stick-eye tweener. I just... Okay, I'm gonna... Oh, fuck, it is like Gary. I don't know, I hate that video. I hate it. The video gives me like an aneurysm, I hate it. Anyway, I'm gonna go back a little bit. Moo! Called my congratulatory friend, along with a few celebratory bars. Thanks, but I huffed, grabbing the sticky twine. I just hope it works. Slouching painfully over to a crafting table, I placed my sticks and string. I coughed as my hyper-healing tried, and failed, to rejuvenate me on an empty stomach. Gotta work. And it did! Oh, hi! 3 diagonal sticks and 2 vertical lengths of silk later, I was showing off my new invention to Moo. Look, I cried, then collapsed into a hacking fit. No more zombie flesh. My creation looked pretty much as you'd expect, a long wooden rod with a short line at the end. The crafting table had even given me a hook and a little red and white mini square bobber. At least I thought it was a bobber. It suddenly occurred to me that I had no memories of fishing. I must have seen the bobber in pictures or heard about it from someone else. That's probably why I hadn't considered another important fishing aid until now. Don't hooks need some kind of bait? I asked Moo nervously. Or a lure? Moo! Responded the even-tempered cow, reminding me that I didn't need to attract the squid to catch it. Right, sorry, I said as the flash of panic subsided. I just need to catch out and snag it, which means I better practice snagging. No, don't do that. Wait, hold on. I don't think durability is a thing yet at this point in the game, so we're good, we're fine. Hobbling to the northern shore, I whipped the hook out to sea. I'll say this for spider silk, I told Moo. It sure does stretch. I was about to pull in my line for another practice cast when I noticed the water bubbling. To be more specific, I saw little mini squares of water popping up on the surface all around my bobber. Was it always this way? I asked Moo. Did I just not notice it before? Moo's response sounded like, "What do you think?" Couldn't be, I answered. It's gotta be because of the hook. But why? I couldn't see any squids around. Couldn't see anything except the water and that new trail. So it does already have like the current fishing system. I yipped as a V of bubbles appeared off to my far right. What is it? I asked nervously. What is it? All the fear I'd faced with the giant spider suddenly came rushing back. Was that a squid far below the surface, or a bigger mama squid, or some giant sea monster I hadn't even seen before? Was it about to grab my hook, pull me in, drag me into its open tooth-filled... Be brave, called Moo, forcing me to stand my ground. Think of all the fear you've conquered, all the anxiety you've endured to get to this point. Don't throw it all away now. You're right, I hollered, amazed at how much wisdom she meant. Okay, hold on a second. Amazed at how much wisdom she could cram into a simple moo. Courage is a full-time job. How close are we to the end of this chapter? Very close. Okay, we're almost at the end of tonight's stream. Again, it's shorter than my usual ones, because there's a lot more talking. Which is more tiring. The water splashed, the bobber sank, and I felt a strong tug on my line. I yanked back hard, expecting to see some subsea behemoth exploding at me. Instead, a little bluish-gray creature about the size of my hand flew out the water and into my belt. Constant talking it is hard work. It is Green Clonk, honestly. It's very tiring. Especially, like I've said before, when you're still working on your voice. A fish! I exclaimed. There's fish in the sea! I didn't worry about why I couldn't see them or how this one had been attracted to my hook. Immediately I jumped into the soft, smooth skin. I was immensely relieved that my mouth and hand cooperated. Moo! Called Moo, halting my chewing and reminding me of the dangers of raw food. Right, I told her. Sushi's great, but we don't know if this is sushi-grade fish. Limping back to my bunker, I was relieved to see that the furnace also complied, filling my room with an enticing, familiar smell. It looked like it was raining outside. Oh yeah, no, it is raining outside. It is. Sometimes it's raining. I really like the voice you gave Moo. Very charismatic. Oh, thanks. I'm glad you like it. I mean, of course, Moo is an integral character to the story. And like holds a dear place in all the hearts of the fans of the story. So I knew that I had to do her justice, you know. The flames turned the bluish fish to gray, and the flesh from a slippery slime to flaky white perfection. Delicious fish, I mumbled, savoring each mouthful as my hyperhealing roared back to life. More, I moaned and stepped outside onto the eastern beach. Just like before, I cast my line and waited for the seas to boil. It took a little longer this time. Who knew fishing required patience? But after a minute or so, I saw another bubbling V. I waited for... Oh! What timing. We're on the final page of today's final chapter, and I have to take a break for gel. As well as the pills, of course. Which are actually not related. I just happened to take them at the same time. Look at. I forgot how to swallow for a second. That's fun. I made a weird little frog noise. That's also fun. Okay, Miku, you gotta go back over here as I apply gel. So everyone, give me your theories as to where this story is gonna go. Who is our protagonist? What will they do? Will they ever get off the fucking island? Will they go into the nether maybe? Who knows? I don't see how they would. Like, how would they figure that out, you know? I have absolutely no idea where this is going. Yeah, that seems about right, honestly. It's just someone playing Minecraft. I like it. I think it's fun. But like, are they ever gonna get out? How are they gonna, you know? You know, I've said it before, but this is like my favorite isekai just because it's more, I don't know, it actually takes more advantage of the fact that it's a game. Yeah, maybe they'll end up in a village, maybe they'll be able to talk to the villagers and they'll be like, oh, you're from the prophesized legends. They're very posh British for some reason. The only way out I can even think of is defeating the Ender Dragon. Pretty much, yeah. Or it's gonna go like way wild, you know? It's like, oh, now there's aliens and they're like, yeah, we put you in a simulation or whatever, some wacky shit, you know? Which would be a big shame because the big draw of this book is, of course, that it's so faithful, you know? Do we know? Nope. We know absolutely nothing about the protagonist's life. All we know is that they are in Minecraft and that they have memories of our world. That's it. And they don't know what Minecraft is also. Literally nothing else. I think they didn't like vegetables. Was that something that was established? I don't remember. Oh, do we know that? I wanted to be a parent. Yeah. I think that would be good. See, that's okay. That's my theory right now, right? Okay. Not so much of the story of the book, but the story of the process of writing it. Oh, that's the author's age. Oh, nice. Okay. See, that's okay. So this is based on true events, according to the book, which I'm taking to mean as the author played Minecraft, and this is just sort of their experience playing Minecraft. I like to imagine that their child plays Minecraft. Maybe even their children, who knows? Some people can have more than one child, did you know? And their child plays Minecraft, and that's why they were like, I want to engage with my child, and I'll do it by writing a book about this thing that they love. And to do so, I'll have to play it, and then they can help me, you know? Like maybe the animals giving advice and stuff are actually just they're like the author's child giving advice now and then, you know? It's like a metaphor or whatever the fuck. This is what I hope is true. I hope we find out that that's the story of how this book was written. For now though, let's keep reading because we're almost at the end of this chapter. I waited for the bite, felt a tug, and yanked back hard. This time, a small pink and red fish with a pronounced lower jaw flopped onto my hand. You look like a tasty salmon, I told my dinner. Now let's see if you taste like one. Turning back for the bunker, my eyes happened to fall on the wheat garden. There were 3 squares of ripe grain. Woo! This dude's gonna fucking feast tonight. From famine to feast. Hey, I just said feast. I thought, plucking up the golden stalks and carrying them over to the beachside crafting table. 3 seconds and 3 vertical stalks later, I was holding a soft, warm loaf of bread, and it tasted great. light and tangy like a baguette straight from the oven. That's all I took, I marveled. Just 3 stalks to bake bread. Phone noise. All the ingredients for a fillet of fish. Sadly, that's not a thing in Minecraft, sorry. Oh, came a call from the hilltop above. Yes, that's true, I smiled up at Moo. The irrigation ditch must have made the wheat grow a lot faster. Moo! Oh, no, wait. Moo! She continued, this time with a chastising edge to her voice. If I checked on the garden earlier, I conceded I wouldn't have had to take such a great risk for a fishing pole, but then I never would have found my courage. And that's the end of chapter 11. That was my phone, but I tricked y'all. It was definitely intentional. I'm like the Joker or some shit. So that's the end of that chapter. The next chapter is chapter 12, Risk and Reward. Although from a distance I could swear it said Isk and Reward, because the R and the A look similar in the Minecraft font. Anyway, that's the end of today's Book Nook. That's as far as we're gonna go today. So I hope you enjoyed it. I've enjoyed buying into the animals. Well, buying into accepting the fact of accepting the theory of the animals can actually like talk and stuff and are sentient enough makes the book like way more enjoyable, because I'm like, yay, animal friend, you know, rather than this dude's crazy. you know what I mean. And let's see, we're about halfway there now. How many chapters does this book have? Does it say this is an index? One of those stupid books without indexes. This book doesn't have an index, but it looks like we're halfway there. This means you kill sentient animals. It does mean that you kill sentient animals in Minecraft. It does mean that my next playthrough is gonna be as a vegetarian, I guess, as a result. It was fun. I was expecting cake, but got zombie meat eating and weird philosophical topics instead. Yo, hold on a second. Hold on. I'm confused about that. Minecraft cake. Nope. Whoa. How do you... Wait, you can... Oh yeah, you can put candles on cake now. Very cute. Oh! Okay, they did have all the right ingredients, they just didn't have enough of them. You need 2 sugar, 3 wheat, and also 3 milk. Okay. Was it always like that? I feel like it used to be different. I feel like you only need 1 of each in the early stages of the game. But maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. If you play vegetarian, I'd recommend Pam's Harvest Craft mod. It's so cute. That sounds nice. Harvest. Does it just turn it into a farming sim? I assume. It's always been 9 items. All right, then I'm just wrong. Okay then. Maybe we'll get cake later. You know. Anyway. So that was the stream. It was nice. I'm sorry it was a bit shorter. But you know, gotta watch my health or whatever the fuck so I don't get extremely tired out. Y'all were here for the last Book Nook stream. Know that near the end of it I was so exhausted. So I'm sure y'all understand, right? Yeah. Oh yeah, there's a lot of farming stuff, I can tell. Sam would love this. So let's I gotta do my fucking I gotta do my little social media thing. Hey, did you know that I do my little social... Hey, shh. Shut up, me. Cringe bitch. Did y'all know that I have socials? Thank you, GreenCloud, for linking them. You can follow me on the Twitter and the Tumblr and join the Discord and get notified when I do stuff and see my shit posts also, and a lot of reblogs/retweets. And also in the Discord there's a lot of other people that are funny. But you don't have to interact with them. That's okay. You can just only get the notifications. That's okay. I also have YouTube channels where I upload stuff. So if you're like, wow, this book is really fun, I would love to hear the first parts of it, they're right there. You can watch them there. Aishino, you're just at the end, sorry. I think it went well. It was fun. And yeah, you came for perfectly time for the raid. I think we're gonna raid Roshan today. I also have a merch store. Okay, so now we're gonna raid Roshan, and the raid message will be yeah, there's a merch store. I have some merch. I also have some stuff, some designs that aren't related to me at all, but I made them, so they're in there also. So it's just shirt, which is a picture of a shirt on a shirt, and it says shirt on the shirt. That's the thing that I made, and it's sold much better than I thought it would. What's the raid message gonna be? What's something related to the stream? I want to say it's gotta be something with Moo. Our friend Moo, the cow. You know? What should it be? Y'all got any fun ideas, chat? It could just be Moo. Sure. Okay, Cap Europe, what you just did, everyone do that, but you can change sternly with some other emotion that you're feeling. Moose happily, moose quizzically, moose in a forlorn manner. Whatever you can think of, just do that. And don't fucking specify. Don't you dare elaborate. Oh my god, green like I hate that. Okay, so thank y'all so much for coming. I'm gonna set up the raid now before I say goodbye properly, because I always make that mistake. And I have lots of fun with Roshan, who's playing Bug Snacks. Bye everyone. Love y'all. Thank you for coming. Bye bye.